Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Antoine and Victoria is my wife, and also we have a 2-year-old son, Caden. In today's video, it would just be me. I'm basically going to be talking about the difference between being enlisted and an officer in the military. So a lot of my military friends have been asking me questions about, what's the transition like? How did you get the commission? So I'm basically gonna do this video for them and anybody else looking to get commission being enlisted. So I'm gonna answer some of the basic questions that people may have. So start off just a little intro about myself. So I've been in the Navy so far for 7 years, coming up this July. I've been an officer for 8 months now. I'm still getting used to the day-to-day life of being an officer, what the expectation is for me, which it has been pretty smooth so far. There's just been some things that I'll talk about that are a little bit difficult. Being prior, you have to kind of change your mental mindset as far as how you approach things, and so it is kind of a little bit difficult. But so let's jump into these questions. So first question I got was, what's the vibe / atmosphere of being a prior enlisted officer? I mean, people have a little bit more respect for you. They know that, okay, this guy, he's been in our shoes before, so he knows how it feels. So I feel like they're more, the enlisted folks are more prone to, reach out to you and want to talk to you more, because you can relate in some aspect. How are you treated in comparison to your peers? So like I said, I mean, I've joked about it, plenty of people joke about it. You got that fresh out of college ensign who knows jack doodle about the military, about the Navy, and you gotta pretty much teach them everything from the ground up. So being a prior enlisted, you kind of have I guess you have a leg up on the game, because you know what's going on. You know about PMS, you know about paper, you know about admin stuff. So it's kind of, you kind of play the game like that. But another question is, how do leadership roles different on each side? So leadership roles are definitely different. As an enlisted, you work your way up. So you start off as a fireman or a seaman, and your job is to, you go to work and you get told what to do, and then you go home. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what you're doing when you're working your way up from the bottom of the ranks in enlisted. But as soon as you step into the shoes of an officer, from the lowest pay grade, 01, you are managing, you are responsible for people. You're responsible for lives, especially being a surface warfare officer where you drive ships. You're responsible for 300 plus people at any given time, at a night or day. Yeah, so that's how the leadership differs on both sides. I like this question. So, is graduating from the Naval Academy better than going to OCS? In my opinion, this is my opinion. The only reason why I think the Naval Academy is a little bit better is because of the networking that you can build. Also, you're basically in a regular 4-year university where you get to play Division I sports. You get to do all these club events. You get to sign up for these extra activities. You get to go home in the summer. Like it's just, and then at the end of the day, you still get a bachelor's degree, and then you get your commission. So I mean, it sucks what they go through. Let me tell you that. You don't get paid. Or you do, but you don't get paid much. You don't get, liberty like, normal people would get. So there's restrictions on a lot of things that they do, but overall, I would say definitely the Naval Academy is a little bit better than just going to OCS, especially if you don't have any exposure to the military whatsoever. The Naval Academy gives you just a little bit, just enough to what you need, so you can see what it's going to be like when you actually get out there. So yeah, so that's what I think about that. So next question is, how can an enlisted become an officer? So there's many ways to become an officer. So the first one would be Stay 21, which is the Seaman Admiral program. Basically, this is, you apply for this, and if you get selected, they send you to any NRTC college in the country that you get accepted to for 36 months, and you have to complete a bachelor's. And you're still eligible for advancement within that 3-year period. So, I mean, it's not a bad gig, but the only downside about that program, and this is my opinion as well, is it is very nuclear, how should I word this? It is very nuclear friendly. I'll just say that, nuclear friendly. I've applied 3 times, and every time I apply, I'm probably about 75% of the accepted applicants are nukes. So I mean, one of the officers on my last ship, he told me I shouldn't waste my time doing Stay 21, and I should just finish my degree and apply for OCS, and that's what I did. So that's one way you can get commission. If you want more details about that, I've done it 3 times, so I think I have a little bit of experience with that. Another way is the Naval Academy. So you can go to the Naval, you can apply for the Naval Academy and get accepted and go from the enlisted ranks. So I've applied for that one twice, which I have a friend that's there. He applied with me the first time, and we both didn't get selected. And then we both applied again, but some situation happened with me that I couldn't go through, and he got accepted that time. So that was pretty awesome. And he's actually on his last year. He'll be a senior, so he'll be joining the fleet pretty soon as an ensign. But yeah, Naval Academy is pretty simple application. They do a bunch of what do you call them? Like kind of like seminars where they come out to different locations around the country, and they basically give what they're looking for, what the numbers are kind of looking like for the past couple years. So they do a pretty good job with that program. They actually have a slotted number of active duty participants that they want to bring in to the Naval Academy. So I think that's a pretty good gig. The only downside about that is if you don't get accepted straight to the Naval Academy, they send you to NAPS, which is Naval Academy Preparatory School. They send you there for a year, so that way they can see, you know, if you're gonna be able to stay up to par with the academic curriculum that the Naval Academy has. The last one, or not really the last one, but the last one I'm gonna talk about is OCS. So Officer Candidate School. It's a 13-week school now. The application process for active duty is very, very, very simple. I'll do a separate video if anybody wants to. So leave a comment down below if you want a video about the OCS process. But yeah, so OCS is a quick turnaround. So if you have a bachelor's degree and you want to become an officer, that is the fastest way to get your foot in the door. So those are the 3 programs that you can become an officer from being enlisted. If you want me to go into detail about any of them, just let me know. Another question: what did you do as an enlisted, and what do you do as an officer now? So my prior rate, I was an HT, which is a hall maintenance technician, which basically deals with pipe fitting, welding, plumbing on the ship. So a lot of my military friends, they know that HT life isn't the best life, but I enjoy being an HT. Oh, once an HT, always an HT. So, you know, I rep hard for the HTs. But now I am a surface warfare officer, which I can do a video on, you know, what a surface warfare officer does, but I'm not gonna get too deep into it because it's a lot. But that's what I am now. Another question: do you miss being enlisted? I miss being an HT. I miss the people. It's just, there's no other bond that you will create with with so many different diverse people, there's no other institution in the world that you're gonna have that experience with. So that's one thing I miss about being enlisted, is the friendships that you create. What advice would you give anyone wanting to join the military? Advice would be to stay focused on what you want to do, and remember why you joined. That is the biggest thing, because a lot of people, they came from a certain situation, they join, and then they go right back to that situation. So another thing would be to just have respect for people, man. People are gonna come from different backgrounds. People don't believe in the same things. There's different cultures, but have respect for people. Okay, but yeah, that's my advice. So this is the last question, and I'm guessing my buddy, he was just trying to be funny, but he asked this question. So he said, do you really eat a side of caviar with every meal in the wardroom? So the wardroom is where all the officers eat, and that is a funny question. So no, we don't eat no dang caviar with every meal, but the wardroom is a very interesting place. I always say that, especially from going from the mess decks, and entering the wardroom. There are some things like we have to ask permission to join. We have to ask a senior person that's eating to join them, and then we have to ask to be excused as well. So some of the things that we do are from tradition. So I mean, I think it's cool. So yeah, that concludes this video. I hope this answered a lot of people's questions, and if you have any more questions, or you feel like I didn't answer something that you wanted to know, please leave a comment down below. You can always DM me on my social media, which is linked in the description down below. So yeah, so let me know if you guys have any questions, and if you like this video, hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stick around for future videos.